Just because the curfew in her house was for 6 p.m. and she came in some minutes after 6, the mother actually rubbed pepper down there. Parental abuse and trauma, we'll talk about it when we come back. So today, guys, we're talking about parental abuses and traumas. Most times our parents don't want us to talk about this. They feel that we're trying to say that they are not good parents. They try to manipulate us away from talking about it and all that. Dear parents, we are not talking about this because we don't know that you are good. We are not saying that we don't know you love us. We are not saying that you acted out of malice or out of hatred. No. We know and understand that you did what you did because at that time you felt that was the best training ever. But we should also talk about it so we'll heal ourselves from the trauma and move on and be better parents to our children, and our children will be better parents to their children, and it becomes a better generation and a better world. I know a friend that the mother actually rubbed pepper in her vagina just because she came back late. Really? Is that really the only way to go about it? Really? I have a young friend also who said her mother beat the living daylight out of her just because she told her that her step-husband, that's the mom's step-husband, raped her. Her mom beat her to stupor, saying that she was the cause because she seduced the guy by wearing shorts in the house. This same shorts the mother bought for her from Okrika. So the question is, oh, you knew shorts were not good, but you bought it for your daughter. Did you give her timetable on when to wear them? Didn't you know she was only 14 years old? You thought she knew everything she was supposed to do? You thought she was 27 or she was 30? And you think that what she wore is justifiable enough for your pervert husband to rape her? And you think that the best way to stop that from happening is for you to beat her? Really? That's how the girl actually didn't tell her anymore. So the guy will come, have his way. She couldn't say anything until she clocked 18. She ran away from the house. And she's not been back since then. And she's already in her late 20s. And guess what, guys? Till date, the mother still feels that she didn't do anything wrong. Because she's tried to have that conversation with her. The mother is still justifying it. So tell me why we shouldn't talk about this, dear parents. Tell me. So we're not trying to shame you. No. We're trying to talk about something that is not okay so that we all would understand, heal from it, and move on. So I actually did a list of how we can actually try to heal from these traumas and abuses to be better parents for our children and our grandchildren. Number one, it's okay for us to acknowledge these traumas and abuses, and that's why I'm talking about it. Acknowledge it. Stop masking it up. Stop allowing people manipulate you from not talking about it. Acknowledge that you were traumatized by your lovely daddy or lovely mommy. It doesn't mean they don't love you. It doesn't mean you don't love them. But you're acknowledging something they did that is not good. And remember, they're not perfect human beings. You too. You will be a mother tomorrow, and I bet you won't be perfect. If they tell your children to write 100 things that you don't do right, they might even write 1,000. Because you're not perfect. Okay? But acknowledging that you were traumatized is the first step to solving your trauma problem. Number two, reclaim control. And in reclaiming control, confront that parent. I didn't say attack, discuss. I have a friend that felt the mom was always beating her, for no reason when she was growing up. That was even one of the reasons she got married on time, because she wanted to leave that space, because she felt her home was toxic. And, she was maturing very early. She had big boobs, and her mom would see the big boobs and she's worried, and she would beat her and say, "Are you sure boys are not touching your breast?" You know, I understand the lady was fearful. She was scared. You know, fears were making her maybe beat the girl to put that fear in her so that if a guy comes close, she'll run away. I get that. That was what she knew she could do best. This is really getting me very emotional because I understand the mother and I understand the child. The mother felt that when she hits that child, she would put fear. So that way she wouldn't allow boys to touch her. But that wasn't the ripple effect it took. Rather, it made the girl hate the environment and wanted to get married. And she got married and left. Thank God she married a good man. Imagine what it would have been if she had married a monster. So eventually when the mother came for Mugo, she decided to have that conversation with her mom. She discussed nicely. Remember, it's not about what you say, it's how you say it. So she really, really had a healthy conversation with the mom. And the mom apologized. So you see, she took control of the narrative. She took control of the situation by discussing it. And thank God, the woman understood where she was coming from. They made up and they lived happily ever after. So taking control is important. Number 3, don't isolate yourself. Seek support. If you feel your mom or your dad or your siblings are not understanding you and you have a friend that understands you, talk to the person. Safe place, right? Talk to the person. Talk to the person. Heal from there, because they say a problem half shared is half solved, or rather a problem shared is half solved. So talk to people that would understand you. They will give you tools. They will give you advice that would help you heal. Next one, learn acceptance. Let go. Some kids hold on to this and hate their parents. That's why some parents don't want to have the conversation. You need to have that level of maturity and wisdom to let go, to understand they were acting out of love. Although their actions were bad, they were acting out of love, ignorance, fear, or anything that you can think of. Not because they hate you, not because they don't love you, but because they were acting out of fear, ignorance, and lack of knowledge. So let go. Don't hold grudges too long. Because the truth is, when you forgive, you do justice to yourself first before the next person. So forgive and let go. Move on. And the next one is work on your triggers. If you know the things that trigger those traumas or those abuses, try to identify them and run away from them. Okay? Identify them, run away from them. Identify them, run away from them. And the last one, be patient with yourself. Girl, be patient. It took a minute to build this trauma, so it's going to take a minute to kill it. Just be patient. You're going to be all right. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with yourself. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Okay? So guys, if you've had experiences with traumas, even if it's from parents, from husband, from friends, any kind of trauma, kindly write in the comment section. I'll be reading. Who knows, I could give you, some advice that could help you. I'm going to link a video on self-love right here, so you could actually watch that and learn how to build yourself again from this horrible trauma you've experienced, okay? Kindly subscribe, share, like, comment. And always remember, no matter how dark it is, there's really always light at the end of the tunnel. Hang in there, for the very best is next. Love you. Till next time. Ciao, ciao. Bye.